Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis. Today's Legend Lost Sector is going to be Concealed Void. We're on Europa. We've got chest armor to go for. We're going to be dealing with Fallen. Really? Yeah, I guess it is Fallen. Barrier and Overload, so you got Servitors and Captains. Burn is Solar, and your only shield that you're going to face is one Solar shield anyway. There's one Void shield, but you can honestly, if you're patient enough, you can honestly not have to deal with it. So really a preference. If you have something like a Void hand cannon, Void auto rifle, for example, Void scout rifle, you've got a couple options you can use, but I'm going to show you guys you technically don't even need it if you just want to kind of power through. But you know, gnawing hunger would work, really whatever works for you. And again, if you prefer to go hand cannon or submachine gun to manage like the one Void shield, you can. There's also an arc shield in there, so you technically have everything. Now, you can do this in a couple ways. Just not worry too much about the Void shield in the end and just kill the boss quickly. If you want to make sure the Void boss is, or the Void guy is killable, then you need to make sure you've got arc somewhere. Only problem is for me, I just want to make sure I can burn the boss with a super if I want to. I can show you guys basically a mix of everything. Solar, arc, and Void. Arc, Void, and Solar. If I could talk right, that'd be great. I'm using a linear fusion rifle. You know, scavenger, reserves, pretty basic stuff. Got my resistance on. Not running grenade launcher, so won't run breach and clear. If I do run arc grenades, I could use, you know, arc for overload captains as an option. Totally your call, whatever you're up to. Trying to go fairly reasonable. Just make sure you got major spec on anything you're running that's going to do more damage to those champions, which is going to help you out. But yeah, you're going to have a servitor in the end, depending on how quickly you kill the boss, that will pop up every so often. So you might have to kill it more than once. You have two solar shanks, big heavy shanks. Your heavy needs to be solar. Whatever your heavy is, just make sure it's solar and it's got a little bit of range, so probably not Lament on this one, for example. So you'll be able to kill those fine. And then you've got one arc captain kind of in the middle, but it can be a useful platform to get to. And if you don't really have a great way to burn through it, arc can be beneficial. So you could have arc overload, sundering blast. You got a void here. And then just to make sure, I'm going to go arc or anti-barrier auto rifle. You can mix all this stuff is kind of my point. You've got a lot of options here. I did it with a hand cannon, an arc scout rifle, and solar machine gun, and I think I was solar up here. If you want to use your super to burn through stuff, you can do that just as well. So let me go with kind of a weird, funky loadout for you guys on this one, and hopefully this will help you guys show you. If you have a solar heavy weapon, you kind of take this one at range and then play the boss in a safe manner. You can knock this one out pretty easily. So if you're going for chests, which there are definitely some good ones, hopefully this helps. Here we go. All right, so when you jump in, you're going to have a few adds right up here at the front. A couple dregs on the front side. You'll have one or two in the back, along with some shanks. I haven't used the gnawing hunger in a while. I actually do kind of miss using it, but it's been a little while since I've needed something void. Our overload captain will be right here. Got to hit him 3 times if it's a normal hand cannon, twice. By the way, solar hurts. Just fair warning if you guys can't tell. Solar is going to mess you up. The boss has solar, so that's why you want to play the boss a little cautious depending on how fast you go through this, but I'll leave the death in there literally just for an example. Gonna have a few more adds around the corner, so if I can get like a grenade over there, it might do enough. Now that actually will stun him because I have my arc grenade stun on. I'm not specifically trying to depend on that right now, so that was almost accidental. We're going to pull back here for a second. You can kind of see where he's at. He's going to hurt, so you got to stun him well. There's our heavy shank. I can actually take him out if I really want to. There we go. Reload, and he's pissed. Get your 3 shots on for the stun, and then whatever your heavy is, if it requires crits, go for those. If you can get 2 and get a finisher for a grenade launcher. Rocket launcher is probably about, I think, 1 rocket and a crit if it's solar. So you definitely have some options. You're going to have some vandals over here peeking out. Careful about those. The arc damage is like kind of the world modifier, so it's still going to hurt a decent chunk. This is why I like scout rifles, but what are you going to do? There it is. Gnawing hunger is not even bad. Just sometimes other things can be better. All right, so now is where you're going to have your 1 arc enemy. So you can try and pick off the shanks that you can before they get their servitor fun. If not, work from over here. This is where a scout rifle is going to be a little better just because you've got some range. Granted, when they walk into all your bullets, it's kind of hard to argue with that. But over there, you're going to have a couple, like 1 or 2 dregs, I think, and then our captain man friend there. You can actually push up a little bit. Now this is where I would throw the grenade up. I think I whiffed pretty hard there. You notice I can slowly work down a shield even if match game is on. You just have to get consistent damage on whatever it is you're attacking, which is not always easy when captains are big weenies and hide. So your other option is something like, oh, I don't know, trying to do something crazy like a melee. I'm gonna die. Ah! Not even close. Sorry, I probably peaked a little bit on you guys there. That was a wonderful noise. Yeah, this is just like an awful run, and I'm still gonna be able to get it done. I know I will. So watch the ceiling when you do that jump. Now, if he's up here, I'm gonna go for a melee slam. And a finisher. And try and get a little cover over here if possible. Not great, but we got a little option. Try and clear your ads on each side if you can get to them. You got grenades flying at you. It gets a little spicy. Yep. Died again. This is literally how this can go. Pretty terrible if things don't go quite right. But I've cleared out most of this. Now if I can clear out the grenade chunkers down below. Oh, there's some heavy ammo. There's a heavy shank hovering over here. So again, clear him out if you want to. Alright, so now we've got our servitor, which is just going to teleport all over the place, mind you. He's in some fun spots on this one. You just need to get him to a point where if he puts his shield up and he's up in the air and you feel like you can get some shots on him, then go for it. But you need to get the stun on. There we go. Hover in the air. Be a normal servitor, please. This ought to do it about now. There we go. Now I can probably go for the kill. There we go. Gonna grab my ammo. We got one more shank. He's down. See, we got 2 revives left, and this terrible run is still going. This is why it's like I want to show you guys that you can do this no matter like what situation your gear's in. You got to be a little more patient. You might have to try this one more time if you kind of die or run out of reses, but it's definitely always doable. Just understanding the mechanics of what you're facing will be crucial. I'm doing this with the linear fusion rifle. They got a bit of a buff, but they're not exactly what I would call amazing. This is a group of wretch. What you want to try and do is try and get them in a big circle. If you can, get them running around. Woo! Hurts, 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 hurts. Now that's a fun way to do it by almost dying. You could also throw a grenade that just basically cooks them. Whatever you got for options, just, you know that there's about 5 wretch running around up there. You can be cautious and pop up and peek shoot them. You can chunk a grenade, whatever you got to do. Once you pop up here, you'll get the first wave to spawn. We'll have an overload captain somewhere in the back. You're also going to have a scout, which is going to be a little more interesting on this one. I might honestly just go for the heavy kill on him. Just delete him. Now, the other thing is once you touch the platform over here, you're going to get your next wave to spawn. So literally touch it and turn around. And then you can blow up all the rest of the shanks that spawn in wonderfully successive fashion. Make sure they all spawned. Sometimes you got some stragglers. The overload captain's usually on the left side in this little hole. You can literally see his tentacles peeking out the side. So make sure your heavy's up and ready. Make sure your hand cannon's up. Peek over here. Get him in 1, 2, 3. Stun him. That's the Sundering Blast explosion. Apparently I killed him twice on that one. So bonus. So we're at 5 minutes right now. And I think, what did I have? And I can't even do this straight. I think I've had like 4 deaths already. And I'm at 5 minutes and we're almost at the boss. You got a couple ads down here. So try and get on these wretch when you walk in. Now's a good time to save a super. If you've got a super, a grenade, all of the above, those are going to be beneficial right now, obviously. I'm not going to use them just to show you guys you can do it without them, but definitely doesn't hurt to use them now. Get ready to pump out your heavy. Chunk your grenade out there. Get ready to start putting in some work on this boss. About half of his health so far. Almost all of it. Literally one more shot. There's no champions in here, so all you gotta do is kill Big Boy, and you're good. There you go. Code is acquired. Now here's the only problem. There's a lot of ads in there, but I'm just gonna delete them with my super. You guys saw that I could, at this point, kind of be done, so just gonna delete the world here. Make my life a little easier. Told you I normally don't use my super, and you wouldn't have to. Theoretically, you didn't have to use your super up there, so you can clear the room with that, and then be good. Oh, yeah. The annoying guy for me is going to be this guy because he's got a void shield. And there's really not a great way for me to deal with him because, well, he's got a Void shield, and I don't have anything with Void. So this is the Void guy that's going to potentially give you some trouble. Use your melees, do what you got to do. But yeah, these guys come out in a couple of waves. I just killed the boss in a fairly quick manner. But these are the ones you would be theoretically dealing with normally. I have to hit him like 4 times just to delete that shield. Wow, teleported at a perfect moment too. Well, if you ever do break the shield, you better keep the pressure on him, because I don't think I'm going to have a chance to do it again. And there we go. Alright. I know I used my super in the end, so I'm not doing my typical, but there we go. I didn't get anything. I literally got an exotic on my second run, so this is 2 of 3. So that's a run in 7 minutes, 47 seconds, with just about as atrocious setup as you can. I don't know if I'll leave this one in there, but we'll get back to the orbit, and I'll see if this is the one I use for today. If not, you'll see a separate one. But for now, this is the one I'm going to hold, so let's go wrap it up. Yeah, I'll leave this one in here. So it was a pretty weird and atrocious run, but you saw that I was still able to get through it. It's really not that bad. Solar damage for the burn is where you're going to get your big damage. So whatever your heavy is, whether it's sleeper, linear fusion rifle, rocket, grenade launcher, just probably not a sword, you're going to be able to put a lot of damage in. Barrier servitors, they get to be a little frustrating. That's why I would probably recommend a scout rifle, but we got it done with an auto rifle, just questionably. And then overload, I just like hand cannons, submachine guns just feel unreliable to me, at least on those. You have 2 solar heavy shanks. You'll cover that with your heavy weapon. Even if you gotta shoot them with a rocket, they're down. Just, you know, maybe kill the barriers without using heavy, because they're at least manageable that way. You're going to have the Void Servitor in the end, which will continually respawn depending on how quickly you kill the boss, so you might want a Void weapon with you. I totally forgot I actually took my auto rifle in there. I was thinking I had my scout rifle in the end, so I could have killed him in a bit more of a normal fashion, but we still got it done. And then in the middle, you've got your 1 arc captain. A little bit annoying, definitely hurts because it's shooting the solar damage, so if you're close and near it, it's going to kind of take you out. But if you bring 1 arc grenade with you, you could manage it that way as well. And then just, hook up yourself with a powerful super. So you've got some options in how to tackle this one. I hope this guide showed you a very weird loadout that you guys can modify to what you see fit. Use your super, use your exotics, whatever you got. That's kind of the way to go. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like below. If you have a loadout that you like using that's, kind of out of the norm, since this one definitely was, drop that below in the comments. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, it's @Ebontis, twitch.tv/Ebontis. I stream over there. And also here on YouTube. I stream here, and also you guys can see many more videos from me if you hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. And if you guys do want to support me in the content that I make, there's that join button now next to my subscribe button. So if you guys want to support me there, that is totally up to you guys. Never required, but always appreciated. Thank you all. Have a good one, and good luck.